Hello, today we are going to start our next lecture. This lecture will be dedicated to main operators and functions of PLC programming languages. And within this lecture, we will talk about the logical operators, arithmetic operators, comparison operators, selection and constraint operators which are used in PLC programming languages. So let's start from the logical operators. We have the main logical operators. You can see these operators from the picture. On this slide, it's AND or NOT and XOR operators. Type of inputs and outputs of these operators is Boolean. Yes, the data type of these inputs and outputs is bool. So AND operator. In this picture, we can see the implementation or realization of this operator in PLC programming language. Next, OR operator. As we see from this picture, we can see the realization of this operator. So it's also the OR operator implementations. So NOT operator. As we see from this picture, in output of this NOT block, we have an inversion of input. As we see such information from the next picture. So last operator is shown in this picture, and its implementation we also can see from the pictures below. These were logical operators which we can use in programming languages of PLC. So next blocks of operators we call arithmetic operators. This is the basic arithmetic operators which we can use in our programming languages. These operators designed for working with numbers. So the types of inputs and outputs for these operators can be int, byte, what, real, lreal, etc. So the implementation of the basic operators we can see from the picture on this slide. So using these operators is very simple. In more detail we can discuss about these operators in our tutorial lessons. In other records of these operators are shown on the second picture of this slide. Reminder from division for byte, word, int. So this is the mod arithmetic operator. As we see from this picture, this operator gives us reminder from division. So next, group of operators we call comparison operators. So, in PLC programming languages, this group of operators presented by 6 operators, which we can see from this picture. This operator is designed for working with also numbers. The data type of these numbers we can see from this expression in brackets. So, strict inequalities and equality, we can use these operators. First is greater than, lower than, and equal. Inputs of these operators can be any number, and outputs of these operators is Boolean values. So if the operators do compare, the output of this operator will change its value from false to true, as we see from these pictures. So non-strict inequalities, it's greater than equal, lower than equal, and not equal. So in this operators, inputs are also can be any number, and the outputs of these operators can be Boolean. Yes, it can be, outputs can be in 2 states, false or true, as we see from these pictures. So next, blocks of operators, selection and constraint operators. So selecting the minimum or maximum value, we can use it with the help of these operators. This is the min and max operators. Yes, first operator selecting the minimum value from the values in outputs, and then next second operator selecting the maximum value from the numbers which are in inputs of this operator. So next operator is cell operator. It's binary selection. It's binary selection. If the set value, first input is false, this block gives us one of the value of the inputs, and when first input will change this binary value, output of this cell block change its value to the value of the second input value. So next is MUX operator, multiplexer. The number on the first input indicates the number of the input starting from the second, the value from which will be written to the output variable. So as we say this is input indicates only the input number, and the output of this operator shows us the value of the inputs, which is shown in first input. So as we see from this picture, this is the realization of this operator. So next, limit operator. The operator restricts the value of the variable at the second input. So this is the limit operator implementation. R2 variable can change its value between the limits, which are given by variables R1 and R3. So next operator is move operator. Before action, implementation of this operator, as we see, like this, and after this action we see the implementation of this operator. So next, very important comments or operator, it's the comment input. It can be used for any operators and functions of PLC programming languages, and this command allows the implementation of any operator or function which is in true state. So in this lecture we talked about main basic operators and functions which we use in PLC programming languages. The more detailed information will be given you in our tutorial lessons. So I wish you good luck and want to say thank you for your attention. So goodbye.